Welcome back. You're watching HLN News Now. Mike Alonis. Having a little fun here. Again, Animal Planet just had a sequel to their hoax show on mermaids, and they do a great job of it, by the way. 3.6 million people watch. So that got us thinking, why are we so fascinated? Why do we want to believe in the mythical creatures? So we did a poll on our page, hlntv.com/newsnow, and which is real? Which one do you think is real? Mermaids, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, none of the above. Here are the numbers as we speak. Mermaids getting 27% of the vote, 11% for Nessie, 26% for Bigfoot. So it's neck and neck between mermaids and Bigfoot, and then 37% naysayers out there not believing in any of it. All right, and we're taking your calls. 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. Doug is with us in Virginia. Doug, you believe in any of this?
I sure do. Especially, I have been so glued to HLN over the past 5 months because of this Jody Arias thing. And, 12 hours a day, watching all of the shows. But as far as the mermaid thing, yeah, especially with the evidence. I just happened by chance twice this week and happened to see it on the Animal Channel. It's 2 different episodes. And what they showed and what they had, the camera shots, it was just unbelievable. And I don't know if mermaids would be the right name for it. And earlier, that woman who said Jody did it, I thought that was funny. And Jody couldn't be connected to it because you know how she is. She's so about herself. If she was connected to it, it would be her name. but yeah, I do believe there's a lot of things we don't know about.
Okay.
And, it could be a hoax, some of it. But I do believe there's a lot of, I think the fascination thing is about could it be or could it not be. That's why people are so fascinated by it.
Hey, Doug.
But I want you to know now, you're talking to a person, and I believe this is the biggest hoax in the world. And you may think I'm silly for saying this. It's nothing to do with mermaids. I do not believe man has ever been to the moon.
Oh.
You may think I'm silly.
That's okay. So Doug throwing out there more of a conspiracy theory at the end. All right, Doug, thanks again for the call. John Athanason's with us. He's director of the Weeki Wachee Springs State Park. And here's the building, the only city of live mermaids. And again, let us know that after a show like this on Animal Planet concerning mermaids, spike in business, people a little more interested. I had to cut you off last time. My bad. I asked you a history question about mermaids with like 20 seconds before the break. So finish your answer. And that was one of the questions from our viewers. What's the origin of the mermaid myth, John?
Well, much of the origin that I'm familiar with is that sailors have been out at sea too long, and after maybe seeing what was in reality a manatee, because they have very similar tails as mermaids, just, again, on their part, wishful thinking, the manatee turned into a mermaid, and ever since then, the myth has grown.
Got it. Hey, tell us about, again, we're talking about the fascination, whether it's, a mythical creature like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or mermaids. What's it like, when the little child comes to your park and they see your live show? Is it still that look of wonder? It
is, and every time a child sees a show, right then and there, mermaids do exist. And that's what it's all about. And these little girls want to grow up to be mermaids and be just like them. So if you don't believe mermaids exist, just look into the face of a child once they see our show. Then you'll truly believe. Yeah,
that's well put. Were you surprised, John, to hear that 3.6 million people watched the latest Animal Planet show?
A little surprised, not too surprised, but just a little bit. But I know mermaids have always held such a fascination with Americans, and it's just it just goes to prove it.
Yeah, big number there. And again, that got us to thinking, and we'll continue. John's going to join us again next hour to take more of your calls.